Budget negotiations continue here in Pennsylvania, and today a pair of advocacy organizations plan to make their case for more funding.
They say that those dollars could impact everything from shelter services to support for domestic violence survivors across the Commonwealth.
Fox 43's Natalie Caranda joins us this morning in Harrisburg. And Natalie, what are they hoping that the lawmakers take away from this?
Yeah, today advocates, they tell me the conversation will mostly be around funding. As survivors need changes, then they need to also keep up with that pace as well. And joining me now to talk more about what that conversation will look like today is Gabriella with PCAR. Now, Gabby, talk to me. Whenever you guys head in there for 2 o'clock today, what are some of those main things you are going to be pushing for a change?
Yeah, we're absolutely pushing for more funding for sexual assault services and domestic violence services in Pennsylvania. Survivors need to know that when they need help, that funding is going to be there and programs will exist. And we're asking our lawmakers to show up for them.
And what are some of those big pushes that might be different from past years when it comes to funding and other challenges that you guys have been seeing coming up in recent years?
Yeah, so a couple of things. One, we're seeing an increase in demand for services, especially around human trafficking, response to AI-generated sexually explicit images. And we know that these line items haven't seen a significant increase in several years. And so the demand has been there, but it hasn't been met. And so they're really at a tipping point.
Now, you guys do these things throughout the entire year. What makes today especially important ahead of the budget later this month and whatnot?
I mean, it's budget season. I think, as anyone would say here at the Capitol, we know the budget's supposed to pass by June 30th, so it's crunch time. And if our lawmakers don't show up now, we're not sure what it's going to look like next year. It's going to be even tougher for these programs and for survivors.
You also mentioned some AI things as well, but housing and shelter I saw was also on the list of things you hope to cover today.
Yeah, absolutely. I know we need to make sure that housing is available for anyone that's experiencing any form of domestic violence, sexual assault, human trafficking. They need a safe place to go. I know that they can call and get help whenever that's needed.
Now, how do you guys feel ahead of today's big press conference and the hearing with the joint groups combined? More power than ever there.
Yeah, I'm excited. I think it's going to be really empowering to bring together both domestic violence and sexual assault advocates and survivors to come here today and let their voices be heard and show that we're not stopping until we get what we need for our folks.
Well, Gabriella, thank you so much for joining us this morning. All the details on the press conference and whenever that happens later at 2 o'clock today, this afternoon, those will all be on our website, xbox43.com. But for now, I'll send it back to you guys.
All right, Natalie, thank you very much. We're going to hear more about it coming up a little bit later here.